Hello everyone, we should be live now. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad for those who doesn't know me, and today's topic is Venus in Cancer, which actually entered a couple of days ago, 17th of July for what it seems here, and is going to be in Cancer up until the 11th of August, and then is gonna enter into Leo at 2:30 p.m. EST. So just a couple of words before we go right away into the readings. I will say just a couple of words in terms of astrology, because I am by any means still rocky. But what I learned today from my course, I specifically digged into the Venus into Cancer, is that when Venus is in Cancer, from a standpoint of relationship astrology, that makes the affinity people to find, how can I put it into words, more serious commitments. So in other words, when Venus is in Cancer, you are going to have bigger chances, or we, all of us, are going to have a bigger chances to make a more serious commitment rather than a one-night stands, so to speak. As Venus in Cancer, when Venus is in Cancer, things are more emotionally demanding and more emotionally attaching rather than a physically demanding and physically attaching. Something I learned from the course, and that is really it's the mechanic actually, or what they are teaching us. It is that you do have what, which is the planets, where, which is the house, how, which is the star sign. So you do have Venus, which is basically love and relationships, how, Cancer, family, emotions. So that is as far as I know in terms of astrology. But if you have observed the thumbnail there is a 4 cards, which is the collective reading for that particular transit. And I'm going to just show you the cards right now. The first one, that is the 10 of Wands. The second card, it is the 8 of Wands. So this is going to be the spread that I'm going to read through the live stream. So the first position is the topic. This is the atmosphere. The second position, that is the negative influence. That is what holds us back. In that particular case, we do have the 8 of Wands. The third position, it is the positive influence. That is what helps us move forward. In that particular case, we do have the 2 of Wands. And the final position, that is the outcome, or what comes out of all that. And this is going to be the 8 of Pentacles. So these are the four cards for the collective in terms of Venus into Cancer, and those cards are really urging us to, I will say it in a simple way, stay exactly where we are. So if you have, for example, a business, maybe that business isn't going on very well, but these cards are advising us to stick around with that business and try to do whatever we can to bring it back in on its feet, instead of trying to establish new business. If we have a relationship right now, regardless what state that relationship is, these cards are urging us to stick around with that relationship, answer to the demands of that relationship, because it's very likely that we are going to bring it back on its feet. It is just this transit, it is all about fulfilling what the situation we involved ourselves in demands. And as we do fulfill those demands, at the end, a great rewards are awaiting us. That is promised by the 10 of Wands, which is the atmosphere. So should we do what it takes, we take what we can get. Simple as that. And another reason why we should not strive for something new, it is because we do have the Eight of Wands into the second position, and that is even worse, having the Ace of Wands there. If you have the Ace of Wands there, the card would have mean that you just we're not going to be able to find anything better for that particular time frame, which is up until 11th of August 2022. But the Eight of Wands is even worse. This isn't just not being able to find anything better, that is even risking everything you got, not being able to find anything better. So that is simultaneously wasting the best opportunity you have while throwing away everything that you possess. That is the worst you can have. The Eight of Wands, it is one of the worst cards one can have in a negative position. And all that, should we stick with what we already have instead of trying to replace it or substitute it with something else? That being said, when we're talking about relationships, thinking about affairs into the upcoming weeks up until the 11th of August, that is for sure gonna ruin your marriage, for sure is gonna ruin your current relationship. It just is going to annihilate everything you have built in terms of a intimate, personal, and love life. Cheating, that as well. So what we should focus, like I said, what we already have, because when we do so, when we focus on it, we are going to realize and understand that actually we do have a good accomplishments there. We had our fair share of good time, either the business or either the relationship, and we should not throw that thing out of the window without giving everything we can to sustain it or to improve it. And once we set that determination, when we look at that fulcrum, things are going to start improving. With the Two of Wands being into the third position, that is a clear sign that what we are involved into can and should grow through our performance. I don't know how to put it into words. Through our performance and through our determination and as well responsibility. And summarizing all that at the end, where we are gonna end up? Well, most of us are gonna end up being in a situation that's it revolves around a lot of conscientiousness. Okay, so we are gonna act toward our business in a conscientious way, or people that we are working with are gonna act toward us with a huge portion of conscientiousness. Same thing goes in terms of partnerships, friendships, intimate relationships. But something else very interesting is gonna happen by the end of the summary here. It is that we are gonna develop a plan, or we are currently developing a plan, and that plan will be ready to be executed by the 11th of August 2022. So that is literally why we should not give up on what we already have, because we are at the final straw. We are at the finish line before we can actually initiate it, whatever we have planned for it to happen. And it will be such a waste, it will be such a crushing blow, really, to just leave it aside. So that is the collective reading. And now, guys, let me explain you how the live stream is going to move forward, what you can expect within the live stream. So there is going to be a 12 general readings, which are going to cover up the 12 star signs, starting from Aries and ending up with Pisces. And in between these readings, I am going to announce breaks. And within those breaks, one of you is going to get a free reading from me. All you got to do to get a free reading is just wait up until one of these breaks, ask a question. Once I do announce the break, you're going to have about 5 minutes. A question that you wish to be read with tarot, or that you wish to have answered to that question through tarot. and I'm going to pick one of these questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that question. Other than that, if you are interested having your own session with me, you can always go to my website, which you are going to find linked into the description down below. And there on the very front page, you're going to see full list of my services and as well their pricing. And finally, the super chat is open as well. So if you do decide to support me, the stream, what I do, Pisces Moonbeam as well, through super chat, you are going to get a reading at the end of the live stream that's given. And should your super chat be $20 or above, just like Ella just did, you're going to get the very same reading for the transit, unless you don't have any inquiry, that I'm doing for the star signs, that 4 cards professional reading. So Ella, yeah, thank you so much for your $19.99 super chat. Thank you, Ella. Let me check on your inquiry. All right, so you want to know if Claudio is cheating on you. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna check that one out. Thank you once again, Ella, for your generous super chat. All right, so starting up first, we do have Aries, and let me shuffle. All right, so first card for Aries, this is going to be the Death card, followed by the second one, which stands as the Chariot. Moving on next, we do have the Fool. And the final one for Aries, we do have the Knights of Cups. And I just spiked it, or rather, like with this reading, I spiked on my collective one, because that is how the Aries stands here with these cards, guys. I mean, Aries got to do exactly the opposite what I said within the collective reading here. The harder you try, guys, I'm talking about Aries, the harder you try, the worse things are gonna get. We do have the Chariot into the second position, which pretty much speaks that your mighty efforts in vain, unfortunately. And believe me, you ain't gonna feel proud about it by a large margin here. So what do you gotta do? Well, we do have the Death card, which is the environment, and that is pretty obvious. You just gotta let it go. Just gotta let it go and just move on. Now, it's kind of, well, in a certain strings can relate with the collective reading, because the Death card, it is just the natural ending. When the Death card shows up, that means that you can't literally gain anything from it, whatever it is, whether a job, whether a project, or whether a relationship. You consumed it all, and now it's just an empty shell, and you just have to move on with your life, and that's that. It's as simple as this. And even bigger confirmation here, which is the Fool card, having it into the third position. The Fool card into the third position, which speaks that anything new is going to be literally better than what you have right now. And if we address Venus as love, well, anything new as a potential to fall in love with is going to be better than your current interest to fall in love with. And I'm sorry saying it, but it is literally what those cards are showing. And if love it is what you are seeking, well, guess what we have at the end? That is the Knights of Cups, which is literally an individual showing up by the 11th of August for you, Aries. So let me describe you the Knights of Wands. By the way, I'm going to draw one more card here for the Knights of Wands. So I form an element. So there, oh my God, look at that. We have the Page of Swords. Okay, so these two Knights of Wands, Page of Swords, these two cards, these are a passive neutrals that we do have, and these are going to be how can I put it into words, very strange people, strange for many, but actually they are going to be very, very unique individual. All right, they are going to be very unique person, very unique archetype that you are going to find quite mesmerizing, by the way. And these kind of people, they always strive for the dreams of their heart, so rest assured, at least for the time being, you are going to happen to be a dream of their heart in one or another way. So if you are looking for love, Aries, and things aren't working out for you right now, leave everything you are doing in terms of love, because your future love is about to come. It's not there, it's not around you yet, but literally is about to come around. But besides that, guys, it's very important to go forward in a spontaneous fashion. Having a strict plans, rules according to these cards, things are not going to work out very well for you if you are going with these strict plans and rules. But above everything else, I'm appealing to you by the look of these cards. Whatever wants to walk away from your life, just let it be. All right, just let it go away, because it's going to be replaced with something much, much better, with something that your heart is craving and yearning for. So that was Aries. Moving on, next we do have Taurus. Let me shuffle the cards. All right, first one for Taurus, we do have the Eight of Wands, followed by the second card, which stands as the Nine of Pentacles. Moving on next, we do have Justice. And the final one, that is going to be the Hermit. Those four cards here. And actually, it's going to be very loose, a very loose cycle for you, Taurus, very, very loose Venus into Cancer. In other words, you get to experiment, guys. You get to try different stuff within your career, within your business, with your money as well, and with your love life. That is for a couple of reasons. First of all, the Eight of Wands is about many things that you to try out, and then the second thing, it is the Nine of Pentacles into the second position, which is what deprives you, what holds you back. And that card literally speaks that nothing throughout the transit is going to be that important to make a huge impact into your life up until the end of the transit. Now, at the end of the transit with the Hermit, something very substantial and important, impactful is going to happen, but it's going to be, so the happening there is going to take place like that. It is where you feel like you are facing a dead end. It is where you're feeling like you are in the dark, right? And you have no option available whatsoever. You don't know what to do about it. You don't know what you are going to do with all that. And suddenly you do see the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Like some kind of a direction, some kind of a idea, some kind of an option available that just pops up. And you will address that option available with rather quite of a solid how can I put it into words, wisdom and intelligence as well. There is nothing emotional about going forward with this substantial and important endeavor that materializes for you at the end of the transit. But you are gonna have no choice at that point, all right? It's just you are not gonna have dilemma. While with these not important stuff, you are going to have quite of a dilemma. You're going to have quite of a few things to juggle with. All right, should I go with that guy out or with this guy out? Should I attend to my how can I put it into words, my work, or should I take some times off so I can enjoy myself? Well, if you do have these dilemmas, then whichever one you do, it's just by own personal preference and choice, because none of these is going to be impactful in any way, because the impactful thing is coming as a result at the end of this transit, by the end of by the 11th of August 2022. But what will help you really move through these few weeks here as the justice stands is, yet while things are not going to be that important and that impactful to influence and alter your direction in your life, in other words, no matter what you do, you ain't going to lose your job, you ain't going to break your marriage, and so on and so forth. What is going to help you is that if you hold yourself accountable to those choices, you don't just make them for the shits and giggles, all right? You just don't you don't make them in a careless fashion, but instead, how can I put it into words, you do realize the responsibility there, and you do attend to that responsibility, because at the end of the day, everybody is going to get what they deserve, and it seems that what you do deserve is already settled, but how you're going to get it, that is entirely different matter, and you want to, I bet you do want to take it in the best possible way. Other than that, Taurus, go out, have fun, guys, enjoy your time, because like I said, this is a very loose, carefree transit for you, and you do get to do whatever the heck you like. Karen, thank you so much for the 333 333 or 330 US dollars super chat. Thank you, Karen. One for me, one for Pisces Moonbeam, and one for you. Let me put that in the list. I will do Lenormand for myself, as you already know, guys, because I am not objective when I read tarot for myself. But if you do not request Lenormand reading, I'm gonna do you a tarot reading right away if you do go forward with a super chat. Right, so that was for Taurus. Moving on, next we do have Gemini. Just give me a second here. All right, first one, Gemini. We do have the Six of Swords for you guys, followed by the second card, which stands as the Judgment. Moving on next, that is going to be the Nine of Swords. And the final card for you, Gemini, we do have the Four of Pentacles. Oh. So these are the four cards. That's gonna be the transit, man. I mean, this Venus into Cancer. Oh my God. Uh, you know when you vow that you're never gonna do something, like for example, you promise a person just out of stubbornness, or you promise to yourself that you're never gonna say you love that person although you love them. You're never gonna say that, like, ever. You're not gonna be the one to admit it. You're not gonna be the one to approach the other one. Well, guess what, you are gonna be. It seems that here with these cards, that pressure is going to build up. We can see this with the first two, all right, with the environment of the Six of Swords and the Judgment into the second position. So what is Judgment into the second position? Well, Judgment is when Tao is not themselves. How can I put it into words? When Tao isn't doing what Tao is supposed to do, when Tao is going away from, for example, their happiness or their success. And with the Six of Swords, I'm sorry, as a environment, the card shows that it's gonna be freaking scary. That is because you ain't gonna know what happens after you do what you vow not to do, or you are never doing this stuff. For example, like I said, you may be never saying I love you, but you're gonna have to this time around if you want things to work out. Maybe you're not the one who always approaches for business partnerships, but you're gonna have to. Maybe you do not beg, but you are gonna have to. Or maybe you didn't have a spine. Redirection? No, it's no redirection. It's more like a diversion. No, not diversion. It's more like going against yourself. Because Pisces Moonbeam with Gemini, it's like they know what they gotta do, right? It's not like a brainstorming. It's not it doesn't take a genius to understand what they gotta do, and they very well understand it. It's just they don't want to do it because it feels awkward, maybe shameful, okay, or out of character. There are people who doesn't do things, and you know very well, for example, I do not change. Can I change? Yes. Do I want to change? Hell no, I don't want to change, but time comes when you have to. Well, Gemini, your time had came. So what is at stake here? Well, this is at stake here. Four of Pentacles. And Four of Pentacles, it is when Tao ensures thy certain and secure future, so to speak. So you want to secure your love life with your person of interest. You know what you gotta do. You may not like it, but you gotta do it. Okay. You want to secure your business. Well, what you don't want to do is exactly what you gotta do in order to secure your business. Six of Swords, it is when Tao is petrified by the inability to predict what is going to come out of it. Okay, but the Six of Swords, it is the environment where if you think about your dream, think about it that way. Is your single thought enough to make your dream come true? I reckon not. In fact, I do insist that it isn't, and actions are needed. So what you are going to do about it, because it is up to you, right? The reading is very clear. It is up to you. So you like the guy or you like the woman. Have you told them? No. Well, then what are you waiting for? Okay, just what are you waiting? It is shameful to say I like you. Well, I guarantee you that it isn't. And you may freak out about that Nine of Swords here into the third position, guys. Nothing to be afraid of. The Nine of Swords, actually, it's a really good card here. It only shows your resilience to fear. So the further you go into this transit, Venus into Cancer, the more brave you are going to become, and also the more aware you are going to become of the consequences of your inactivity. Okay? So by the end, I think that you are going to be pretty convinced that you got to do something about it. I hope that you don't miss your chance. You don't miss the time frame here. Right, so that was Gemini. Now moving next, we do have Cancer. You're welcome, Pisces Moonbeam. All right, first one for Cancer, Five of Pentacles. Oh my God, what is going on? I do apologize, guys. Five of Pentacles, first one, followed by the second card of the Hermit. Oh my God. Then we do have the Strength. And the final one, that is going to be the Ten of Pentacles. Talking about the wrong way or the wrong path, let me just gulp some water. Hermit into the second position. What you are focused on, it's not your thing. It's definitely, well, listen, this is how it stands. Let's say right now you are fixated on a specific person to fall in love with. You want to make a relationship with that person. Can you make it? Yeah, you can. Is it gonna be a good one? Yeah, probably. Is it gonna be the best one you can have? Hell no, it won't. That's how these cards stands. Having the Hermit into the second position, it means that what you are fixated on right now, it is not the best thing you can have from that sort. Okay, so if it is a job, you can definitely get a better job than the one you are fixed right now. Should be a person, you can definitely have a better person that you are fixed right now. Should be an opportunity, same thing. And so what is the problem, you may ask? Five of Pentacles, the lifestyle, or in other words, if you will, the criterias about relationship, the criterias about love, the criterias about success as well. If you are single, for example, for a very long time, Cancer, well, then these cards just, and not just have to, it doesn't have to be even for a long time, but these cards are showing here. The problem is that you are liking the wrong people, or the wrong type of people, so to speak, with these two cards. And the style of your liking needs to change. I was watching that movie once. I forgot the movie, but it was about high school, and there was that kid there that's, you know, that kid was studying really, really hard, and that kid was liking a girl there, but that girl was falling for these mean guys, you know, the bullies, and so to speak. And that kid was really devastated by it. But that teacher of him said, you know what, man, or said to the kid, you know what, right now, girls like the tough guys, but believe me, when you grow up, they like the smart guys. So it's a matter of a lifestyle. And yeah, if you do want to fall into something very important and substantial, in terms of career, in terms of business, in terms of love, you will, unfortunately, you will have to reevaluate the style of where you are lacking. Okay, if you are lacking in your love life, then you gotta reevaluate your style, how you are approaching your love life. If you are lacking into your business, well, then you will have to reevaluate the style, how you are addressing and acting into your business. That is just your environment. Because the Five of Pentacles, yeah, it could mean poverty, it could mean, you know, problems as well, but this is basically because of the style or of the lifestyle you are leading there. Because there is no point for me to tell you, oh my god, it's going to be such a bad transit. I mean, it's going to be rainy days. Yeah, there are, but the point of tarot reading is to tell you why there are going to be rainy days and how you can fix it. So how you can fix it? By changing your lifestyle. That you can fix it. But you're not gonna lack any courage, which is a good thing. Just hold on a second here. So you ain't gonna lack any courage, and we can see that with the Strength card. So immediately when you face an issue and a problem and a challenge from the upcoming enterprises, you will immediately know how to address it. Do you have the strength to act in a way that you evaluated? Yes, definitely. Are you going to? Well, that depends entirely on you. I mean, this is on you and it is your choice. But the result at the end with the Ten of Pentacles is that you are going to end up, finally, you are going to end up in a very, very comfortable environment, quite independent. So, for example, if you have loans or money that you have to give back or repay, you will be able to. If you are depending on someone as an influence, you are going to detach from that dependence. And on top of that, it's very likely in the term of love life, especially if you are single, to retry again or to try with someone you already know. Hey Mattia, welcome to the stream. All right guys, so this concludes the first 4 star signs, and now we are entering into the first break of the live stream. Within this break, one of you is gonna get a free reading, and all you gotta do is just input a question that you wish me to read for with tarot, and in about 5 minutes I'm gonna pick one of these questions and I'm going to perform a professional reading on that very same question. Should you choose to support me and the channel and Pisces Moonbeam as well through Super Chat, you are gonna get a reading at the end of the stream regardless. And should your Super Chat be for $20 or above, the reading is going to be that very same 4-card reading that we do have here, that I'm using, or rather like that I'm making for the star signs. Jessica, thank you so much for your $13.99 Canadian. And oh my god, Mattia, thank you so much for your $9.99. Let me put you guys into the list. Danny, thank you so much for your $20. Thank you, Danny. Okay, about 3 minutes left, guys. So if you do want to get that free reading, input your question into the comments down below. TPEJ 8000, thank you so much for your $20. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your reading. You also have an inquiry which if there is no other question, I'm going to answer it right away here, so you do not have to pay for it. But that does not, that doesn't leave you hanging here. It doesn't leave you on the dry, because you're going to get a reading either way, which is going to be about your Venus in Cancer. So even if I do answer you now, if there is no other question, don't leave the stream, because you're going to have another reading which is going to reflect your super chat. Thank you, guys. You are amazing. Thank you so much for your generosity. Go on, Cassandra, with your question. Yeah, have patience, guys, with the timestamps, because we don't have any moderator who is tracking them, and we literally have to wait up until YouTube is ready with with processing the live stream, which is about a couple of hours, maybe, I don't know. Oh, you, Cassandra, you definitely should go back and start on the dating scene. I mean, if you are hoping that sitting on your couch, someone is gonna knock on your door, that isn't happening, all right? That is never happening. Of course, sometimes you get lucky, and without seeking, you end up having someone that shows interest in you, but you do improve your chances so much if you just get back to the dating scene. I mean, I don't even have to draw tarot cards for that. Oh, yes, you do want to. If you are considering it, you do want to. You just need some kind of an excuse or someone to encourage you. I am encouraging you. Go back on the dating scene. Liz, thank you so much for your $5 US. Thank you, Liz. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're going to get your personal reading. All right, that is a very interesting question here. Will the girl who is copying me, impersonating me, be caught? And how soon? I'm going to pick this one because it just allows me to showcase the time frame that I can determine with tarot cards. That being said, I was about to pick your question, TPAG 8000, but your question is going to be answered through the super chat that you made. Just hold on a second here to copy your question. And to put it in the list. There we go. All right. So make sure that you do stick around up until the end. And yeah. Hello, JT. Oh, you don't have to be scared from going out dating. If you are scared, just use public places and don't overtrust, right? Just because someone tells you that they love you, that doesn't mean that they do, all right? They have to show it. Not with gifts, but with when they're beside you when you are in a really tough spot and place. It is when you realize that someone loves you. And of course, if they do accept you for who you are, that is also a big indicator. Well, Jessica, I don't think that she's gonna be caught. You have these cards here. I think that she's gonna lose interest and just gonna move on. All right, she's just gonna move on and stop impersonating you altogether, and that is gonna happen. Hold on a second. By the start of June next year. That is a time frame from now up until the start of June next year. So that is what those cards are showing here. And for what it's worth, I mean, people who really knows you and people who are related to you, they can tell when you are impersonated and when you are not. So I don't believe that her impersonating you, that person that it is impersonating you, can get with too much. They can extract from it way too much, and that's why they're just going to move on. They're going to find someone else probably to impersonate. No, that is a time frame. She may stop sooner, but that is the latest that she may stop. Well, I understand, Cassandra. But if you want love, you gotta be ready to pay the price for it. All right, moving on. Next, we do have Leo. First one for Leo, we do have the Three of Wands. Moving on next, that is going to be the Chariot card. Well, that is so bizarre, having the Two of Cups. It is the next one. And the last one for you, Leo, the Nine. Oh my God, the Nine of Cups. Well, I don't think that that is going to work out for her. All right, Leo, it seems that, guys, you are going to start establishing very good patterns into the upcoming few weeks here up until the 11th of August 2022, and especially when it comes to personal interactions, relationships, love. All right, even the business is gonna go through interactions with other people. You know, a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy is gonna be able to make you a favor, to do work with you, to help you, so to speak. And I was kind of like baffled when I draw the Chariot card at the third position, at the second position, and then the Nine of Cups kind of explain it, and it means that well, that is more like a warning than a something bad that is going to happen, and it's a warning that, you know, you don't have to, how can I put it into words? You don't have to push, right? You don't have to push yourself, because if you push it, it's gonna be a shade. Definitely, it's gonna be a shade. So kind of like take it easy, guys. I mean, everything is going to happen with ease if you do allow it to happen that way. Remember that you gotta follow the pattern that you have established. You are sitting on a solid foundation, and all that you gotta do, it is just work toward your expectations, but do not work hard. Work smart instead. And one more thing that's it may kind of like hurt your ego a little bit, but no matter the achievements you establish into the upcoming few weeks, do not be proud of them, guys. Not because they are bad achievements, but because you can go for so much more. And yes, I mean, by the end of this 11th of August 2022, you're gonna end up having one of your wishes fulfilled. I mean, this is a clear sign here from the Nine of Cups that we do have at the end, and fulfilling it is going to be such a piece of a cake. It's going to be like a walk in the park. It's going to be the most easier thing you have ever done, and most likely that is going to relate with love. All right, I mean, you had a wish to have a shared and joyful love. Well, there it is. But what you need to think of is how you are to sustain it. Okay, you got it, right? But this isn't granted like for forever. You gotta make your due, or due rather, you gotta put the efforts behind so you do sustain it and transform that short-term happiness into a long-lasting one. As far as business goes with these cards, it will be important that you challenge yourself to make a teamwork, to work with someone, attract an investor, partner, co-worker. Just this is how your growth and improvement and success is going to be established and manifested through the next few weeks, through a teamwork, through unity, through a cooperation. No one does it by thyself, okay? You gotta do it with someone else, and that is also confirmed here by the Chariot into the second position, because the Chariot, it is very singular and solo card. It is when you push alone. You don't have to do it alone, guys. Definitely. And if you don't want to share the spoils of war, well, that's great, because they ain't gonna be shared. You are gonna have your part of the spoils. Your partner is gonna have their, or rather, like the partner of your unity is gonna have their part of the spoils, and neither of you is going to be interested into the other one's spoils of the war, and that way everybody gets what they want. Everybody's happy at the end. So that was Leo. Now moving on, next we do have Virgo. Second question for Karen. Pisces Moonbeam. All right. Let me finish Virgo and I'm gonna put you into the list. And oh my God, JT, I forgot about you. Thank you so much for your 1999. Thank you, JT. I almost forgot about you, that you made a super chat. Thank you, Pisces Moonbeam. All right, Virgo. First one for you, we do have the Seven of Swords, followed by the second card, which is the King of Pentacles. Moving on next, that is going to be the Knight of Pentacles. And the last one is going to be the Nine of Cups. So it all comes to that, who can offer you the better deal? This is how these cards are showing up here. And I'm going to draw two additional cards, one for the King of Pentacles and one for the Knights of Pentacles. I can tell you that the Knights of Pentacles can offer you a better deal, but just want to see more to this character. So King of Pentacles, and this is understandable why this person cannot offer you a better deal. Well, on paper, their deal is going to be better. It's kind of like they will seem like they're the more, how can I put it into words, the more resourceful one. But the thing is that what they are going to expect from you is that you are the one who is going to do the heavy lifting. No different than they are the one who pay, you are the one who get your hands dirty. While the Knights of Pentacles here, Knights of Pentacles, the catalyst is the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God, that's an ex-lover if we're talking about love and relationships. It's definitely an ex-lover. That is because the Queen of Pentacles, when you have it as a catalyst, that means that there was a abruptly ended potential in between you and this person, and now the time is about that this potential can be unfolded. And when I say an ex-lover, I don't mean that narcissist, because when I say, you know, an ex may come back to your life and people will say, I don't want that narcissist into my life. Did you have just only one ex? Who knows? That could be the person, or your that could be your high school sweetheart that you never had the chance to get into really deep and commit a relationship because reasons. You know, you went to one university, he went or she went to another college in a different city, and just life drifted you apart. But now you have the incentive and the opportunity to try again. And this time around, things are really, really going to work out. Why? Well, for one, that Knights of Pentacles, they very well know what they want. They're not messing around, guys. They're not playing with your emotions and with the situation. On top of that, they have a plan. They know what they want, or in other words, they know what they want and they know how to get it. And the way that they know how to get it is a very, very simple way. So they are very honest, genuine, and forthgoing, or forthcoming, that is. And you can expect not to be beguiled, definitely beguiled into doing things you don't like. So you are sitting in front of dilemma. What you are going to do? You're going to do what people are expecting you to do, or you're going to do what you want to do? Well, these cards are advising you to do what you want to do and go for the X rather than for the more resourceful one. Because yes, on paper it is resourceful, but believe me, this one here, the King of Pentacles, let me get the cards again. King of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands, believe me, this one is gonna make you work for every penny he gives you, if money is what he gives you, twice. Okay, you are gonna work twice for every penny they give you. But ultimately, at the end, you are gonna end up rather really happy. We do have the Nine of Cups for your end. So even if you end up choosing the resourceful one and you work twice for every penny, you still are gonna feel satisfied with the results, although they are gonna be much profitable from the whole endeavor and from the whole enterprise than you. But still, in oblivion, one can be what can be as happy as one can be. But regardless, here by the 11th of August, you are going to be in a state of sensual joy, fullness of life, content, and exhilaration. So that is for Virgo. Let me put my cards into the deck and shuffle for Libra. Well, Charlie, one thing is to love working. Another thing is to know your price. You may love working, but are you going to work for free? Or are you going to work double for a price? Kind of like working for twice less than you're worth? Are you going to do that? So Libra next. Yeah, Jessica DX is better. For Libra, first one, that is going to be the Eight of Cups. Moving on, we do have the Five of Pentacles, followed by the Five of Wands. And the final one, that is going to be the Four of Wands. These 4 cards. So it's a pretty simple message for you, Libra. It's a reversal that Venus in Cancer is going to bring you, maybe in your love life, but it could be as well into your career. It's just what happens, it is that, and I know one Libra we just talked today as well, that person, it's in a pretty rough shape, a very pressure, so to speak, with everything, okay? But these cards are showing that, yeah, the current situation is not ideal. It's even disappointing, okay? Well, maybe it's very, can I put it into words? It's very, I don't know, annihilating maybe. It's a situation where nobody wants to be with. Maybe that is the kind of situation you're in. But things are about to turn, things are about to change, and we can see that with the Five of Wands, all right, here, Five of Wands. And the thing it is that we do have the Five of Pentacles into the second position. I want to talk a little bit about that. So having the Five of Pentacles into the second position and a card like the Eight of Cups into the first position, it means that you are seeking the problem within yourself. You are not the problem, all right? The way you are doing things, it is not a problem. What is the problem is exterior influences. Whether you have been denied help when you needed it and you are due to take it, whether somebody mistreated you, right? Or whether just the environment wasn't right, okay? It is just an exterior influence that it is the cause of your troubles. But this is about to change into the next few weeks. And through surprising events that are going to take place. Here, as the Five of Wands is showing, very, very surprising random events, sudden turnarounds, or rather like around turns, whichever it is the right articulation. You are going to get the upper hand. From being at the rock bottom, you are going to end up at the top of the world. And at the end, boom, Four of Wands. What is Four of Wands? It is an important completion of a cycle. So you are trying to establish a relationship. Things aren't going on very well right now. In fact, it's almost over. Well, suddenly something happens in the next few weeks, and that almost over becomes it's almost complete. you are trying to start a business, things aren't going on very well right now, but something happens into the next few weeks out of nowhere. It's just something that's it surprises even you, and from being almost done with the business, being almost complete with the business. So yeah, it's a transit literally where your hard work, guys, is gonna pay off. Either your hard work to establish love or hard work to establish business. Either way, it's going to pay off, Libra. So believe in yourself. That's literally what those cards here are saying. So moving on, next we do have Scorpio. Two of Wands for Scorpio. Moving on, next we do have the 10 of Pentacles, followed by that is Page of Wands, and then finally we do have the 3 of Wands. One more card for the page. One more card for the page, and that is going to be the Hangman. So it's a star. That is a individual or person that's our relationship with them was dormant, like frozen, like nothing ever happened for a month, for a year, for decades. It was just dormant, and suddenly right now that relationship, it stirs back again. It becomes active and it rapidly escalates. Anna, thank you so much for your $20 US. Thank you, Anna. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for Venus in Cancer. Right, so yeah, that's that relationship starts to escalate, whether it's a business relationship, romantic relationship, family relationship. And I'm very curious to see what the time frame is. Unfortunately, that is not a personal reading here, but what it shows is that we are very, very dependent on that relationship, or we are going to grow very dependent on that relationship. In fact, if we thought that we unshackled ourselves from it, we are dead wrong about it, for what it seems, and that is not necessarily a bad thing. That is because with the Two of Wands as an environment, and the Three of Wands as a result. So the environment shows that we can definitely pick up from where we left it at. And the Three of Wands shows the result is going to be exactly the one we form it to be, or in other words, we take it or we pick it up from where we left it, and we have certain hopes, right? We do have certain expectations, whether we have an expectation to make a really successful business with that person as a relationship, or we have an expectation to make a family with this person. Whatever that expectation is, based on our progress with with that relationship, this expectation is going to be fulfilled. But the thing is that we have to a little bit push ourselves further. We gotta a little bit challenge ourselves more. We gotta lift the bar of our performance, because the best we had to give back in the days, it's not enough anymore. But we are better people now these days. And so that is for Scorpio, and we are entering into the second break now. So one of you is going to get a free reading right now here live on the live stream. All that you got to do to get a free reading from me, guys, is just input a question into the comments down below. And in about 5 minutes, I'm going to pick one of these questions and I'm going to read for that question. And it's going to be a professional reading, not just only one card draw. Anyone who supports the channel and the stream through Super Chat, you guys are going to get your free reading, or rather, it's not free, but you're going to get your, because it's through Super Chat, you're going to get your reading at the end of the stream. And should your Super Chat be $20 or higher, and you have no inquiry with it, the reading is going to be that very same 4-card spreads I am using for the star signs. And finally, if you are interested having your own personal session with me via Skype, you can always go to my website, which you are gonna see into the description down below. The link of it you're gonna see into the description down below, and there at the very front page you're gonna see full list of my services and as well their pricing. What a bug. Gonna deal with it when I'm done with the live stream. I'm kind of a moth. I hate moths. Three minutes, guys. If there is no question in the next 3 minutes, I'm just gonna move to the last 4 star signs. Mm-hmm. All Pisces Moonbeam, thank you for your 20 Canadian. He put you into the list. A reading train. As only if you can handle the truth. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I prefer to leave people to speak for me rather than myself speaking for me. But I do not sugarcoat stuff. Whatever the card shows, I say. So if you come for a reading and you do expect the sweet talks, that's probably I'm not the guy you should go for a reading to. All right, so the only question we do have, Karen, should I trust JC? Let's check it out, Karen, and JC's intentions. Those are cards. Whatever JC told you, it's true, all right? So the reason the JC is coming to visit you and in generally what you plan, it's genuine, right? So there is basically there is nothing surreptitious with the visit. In fact, I do believe that JC needs you about something and is going to be pretty upfront with that need when JC comes to visit you. So yeah, you can trust JC. Chandra, thank you so much for your $4.99 US. Thank you, Chandra. Make sure that you do stick around up until the end of the live stream, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for the transit Venus in Scorpio. Not in Scorpio, in Cancer. Right, so a couple of minutes, and I'm gonna move to the last 4 star signs. Oh. By the way, guys, how do you find it with the star signs popping up when I'm doing them? I think it's quite convenient, isn't it? I just found out how to do it, but I gotta find a little bit a better star signs than these, though. All right, moving on. Next, we do have Sagittarius. First one for Sagittarius, that is going to be the Justice card. Followed by the second one, which is the Page of Cups. Followed on next, we do have the Queen of Pentacles. And the final one for Sagittarius, this is going to be the Sun card. Two more cards, one for the Page of Cups, which is going to be the Queen of Swords. That's to be expected. And for the Queen of Pentacles, this is going to be the Five of Swords. That is very unexpected. So similar to, was it Virgo? Where you had to choose? Yeah, Virgo was it. Similar situation with Sagittarius as well. It's not much of a choice rather than keeping up with. So what happens for you, Sagittarius, it is that throughout the next few weeks, up until 11th of August, actually, so it's a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks, You're going to have a lot of let's put it that way, responsibilities to attend to. The problem is going to be is that we do have that person, individual, which is here. The hold on a second. It is that page of cups, which is catalyzed with the Queen of Swords. All right. That person wants you for themselves. They don't care about your responsibilities. They just want you to be consumed by them. That is no different that you do have a lot of work to do and your child wants to play with you. Your child doesn't concern with your work. They don't care. They just want your attention. So that doesn't have to be your child. That was just an example, but we do have a similar situation. It could be your boyfriend or a girlfriend. You have a lot of work to do and they just don't understand it, right? They can't fathom how can you put your work in front of them, right? Well, wrong. What they do not understand it is that you do have responsibilities. That is what they cannot fathom. So instead of caving under this, this is straight away emotional manipulation. There is no other way how to put it into words. And by the way, emotional manipulation is something very prominent when Venus is in Cancer, right? So it's just people are going to be more, there will be bigger affinity, people to emotionally manipulate when they can. So you got to protect yourself from that. And it seems that Sagittarius is extra vulnerable because it is within their reading. So what happens here, it is that we do have another individual who is going to help you or us. I do have a lot of Sagittarius energy, so he's going to help us with this responsibility, and this is going to be such a selfless act, okay, with these two cards. That is because this Queen of Pentacles totally don't have to. They don't need to basically to relate with us at all. They don't need us to be a part of their today routine, of their reality. They can do fine without us. They can do exceptionally well without us. So you may ask then why this so well found individual is gonna lend us a hand, is gonna help us. Or it is because they see themselves in you. They see themselves in us. They see that we either struggle or we are trying to break through, just the same way they tried to break through back in the days, with the difference that they didn't have anyone to help them, and they wish that they had, right? So they want to make a difference, and they are going to make a difference with us. Or like Jessica said here, I'm going to quote her, they see in us unpolished diamond, and they want to help us polish it. And through that help, the Sun card manifests. So what is the Sun card? Well, the Sun card is expanding energy of growth, all right? Whether growth into your love life, Sagittarius, whether growth into your business, especially if we're talking about business, we're talking about a significant monetary gains, right? Just money. But what we are talking about above everything else, it is a rapid natural growth. So everything you are good at is gonna grow. And on top of that, what you can expect, it is by the 11th of August, certain interactions that you do have or relationships which are going the wrong way to improve. If you have, for example, an argument with your wife or with your husband and you just can't get into the same page, who knows, maybe that individual that comes about to do the selfless act to kind of like clear out the misunderstanding in between you two, while she totally don't have to, okay, or he totally don't have to, but they see in that relationship unpolished diamond, a relationship they always wanted to have. And it is such a genuine feeling because they don't envy you, all right? They just want you to be happy for some weird reason. Like I said, they don't have to do anything with you, but they choose to do it. Unlike the Page of Cups, who wants your attention just so they can feel well. Your well-being, well, the hell with it, who cares? At least they don't care. Right, so that was for Sagittarius. Now moving next, we do have Capricorn. Let me put the cards back and shuffle them. Ten of Wands for Capricorn. Moving on next for you guys, Nine of Cups. This is going to be a rough one for what it seems. Followed by the Knights of Swords. And the final one for you, Capricorn, that is going to be the Seven of Pentacles. For the Knights of Swords, the catalyst is the King of Pentacles. So it's a guidance for you, Capricorn. I don't know how to go about it. Basically, what those cards are really referring to is that you very carefully need to think about, is it worth what you are doing? And is it making your life better? Right? And while you're thinking that, you got to think about what makes your life better, because you definitely have it. Okay, you have it around you, but you are not using it, and we can see that you're not using it because we do have the Nine of Cups into the first position. Which Nine of Cups into the first position? It is when you seek happiness where there are none, right? When there is no happiness at all, whether career-wise or whether relationship-wise. And that person, Knight of Swords, that we do have, which is catalyzed with the King of Pentacles, basically is going to make you understand that you are throwing away your resources, which I suspect the worst one you can throw away at your time. Because if you pour in money as a resource and you lose these money or those money, you can make money back. If you throw in emotions and you lose those emotions, yeah, you end up disappointed, but you can regain back those emotions towards something else. But if you invest time and you lose that time, there is no making that time back. It's wasted. It's gone, done. You can't make it back. So literally that person is going to make you understand that you are wasting your time. You are waning, trying to find happiness where there is no happiness. And by the end of this transit, Capricorn, I do suspect that you are going to pretty much scale every option available that you do have in front of you, whether about your love life or whether about your career. And at the end, you are going to do the right thing. That is because the right thing to pretty much make yourself happy. That is because we do have the Ten of Wands as the environment. And if not anything else, the Ten of Wands, it is when you do understand your responsibility towards yourself, that you are the reason you are in that shithole, and you are the only one who can dig yourself out of it. And you are gonna do it. Yes, the Knights of Swords is gonna help you understand how and why, but you have to do it alone. Knights of Swords, it's a really interesting card. Many people say that the Court of Swords are really, really cold, and for the most part they are right, except the Knights of Swords. Now, Knights of Swords, it is the only Court of Swords which, when they make a choice, they consult themselves with their emotions. And this is what they're going to urge you to do. So you are striving for, let's say, that type of friendship, and you are never able to find that friendship. Are you happy? No. And you say no. Well, then why are you still trying? I mean, try something different. Okay? You are trying to be with that person and you can't make it happen. So are you happy? No. Well, try something different. You are trying to establish that type of a business, but you can't. Are you happy? No. Well, then try something different. Know what I mean? So yeah, here throughout the next few weeks, couple of weeks, you are to be convinced to try out something different, and it's gonna work out this time around. Not convinced, but actually made to understand. Are you gonna do it? Well, that falls entirely on you. No one can make a choice for you guys. Right, so moving on, next we do have Aquarius. Ah, Charlie, you vengeful son of a gun. Not a different way, something different. Okay, not a different way. Oh, Anna, they are sad very often. Aquarius, first one, Ten of Wands. Followed by the Queen of Swords. Moving on next, we do have the Emperor. And the final one, ooh, that is gonna be the Moon. For the Queen of Swords, we do have the Four of Swords. Oh my god, that's gonna be so freaking tough. Oh, it's gonna be such a... What do you mean cheap labor? It's gonna be such a dumpster fire. That is because that person, Queen of Swords, that we do have here, right? That Queen of Swords with what it is, with the Four of Swords, which happens to be for our second position, like this. Okay. So we do have a passive supportive. And that Queen of Swords is gonna try to talk us out. And I'm saying us because I am a rising Aquarius, but they're gonna try to talk us out of what we're planning and what we are trying to create. And at the start, they will sound very convincing. It's almost like undeniable how right they are. And for a moment, we even gonna feel ourselves stupid. But the more we listen, the more we are gonna see how flat their arguments are. Because according to these cards, we couldn't be more right about the path we chose. And we just have to keep with it. And the more we keep with it, the more we are going to understand that that is what we are meant to do. So what is the key to overcome this mental diarrhea that we are going to get from this Queen of Swords? That person, which is, by the way, a very close friend of ours. That is a very faithful companion, or we thought that they are a faithful companion. The thing about the Queen of Swords, it is that they only do things that serves their means or serves their ends, so to speak. They don't care what happens with you or with someone else for as long as their end is met. I don't give a dime about other people. It is just how the Queen of Swords are, which it's very different from the King of Swords. But how can we overcome that? How can we see through these very well forged but yet flat arguments? Well, by checking everything that they say against what we know to be true. We do have the Emperor into the third position here. Okay, and the Emperor says that we have to present ourselves strong. As soon as she smells, and I'm saying she because it's a queen, but it could be also a guy, all right? So as soon as that person smells weakness, they're out for blood, all right? They're gonna hammer that weakness, or they're gonna hammer that spot until we cave in. So we should not show weakness. Even if we feel weakness, we should not show it. We should present ourselves strong. How? Well, remember guys, dignity does not dictate the whole truth to be told. There are things that you have to keep for yourself. And that is exactly how you're not going to show your weak spots. Another thing about the Emperor, it is that we should be structured, consistent. We should act in pattern. That is it's very difficult someone to confuse us if we are going forward with a routine and with a pattern. And finally, with hold on a second. With the Emperor, we should trust the healthy sense of mistrust. And at the end, it is just this person, the Queen of Swords, is gonna give up, but something else is gonna happen. As soon as that Queen of Swords gives up, we are gonna start kind of like feeling like we are losing control over the situation, but we are actually not losing control. This is where the universe kind of like takes its part. It kind of like it makes its influence, and takes the matters into its own hands, and it's developing things. The Moon card that stands at the end, it says that we are gonna bestow ourselves upon a path that we are supposed to walk, or rather like we are destined to walk, and that path leads to a destination that we are destined to be. And once we set on that path, nothing can knock us out of it. And we cannot choose anything different. It's like a destiny. And that is something that happens. So by the 11th of August, if we start a new business, it is because we are destined to make that business work. If by 11th of August, we established a relationship or something similar, that is because we are destined to be successful in it, and so on and so forth. That needs to come from within rather than because someone told us that we got to do it. Hey, Taco. Glad you came around, mate. How are you doing? Right, last but not least, we do have Pisces. Two of Swords. Taco, thank you so much for your 22 US dollars. Thank you, Taco. What is the message for you? All right, make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer, where you're gonna get your personalized reading for the transit Venus in Cancer. All right, so Two of Swords for Pisces, followed by the Knight of Swords. Moving on next, we do have the Eight of Swords. And the final one, that is going, my God, the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Cups, I'm sorry. So to the Knight of Swords, the card is the Two of Wands. That is the elemental dignity here. Active friends, it is what we have. And it's all about waiting for the better proposal or for a better option available. What happens with you, Pisces, it is that you're going to have either that person or organization. It could be as well organization, guys, all right? Where is it? Here. With these two, which are going to be a really good option available for you, either a person to make a business with, or to make a friendship with, or to make a relationship with. And yeah, it's a good option available. We can see that from the cards. And then you may ask yourself, well, then why it's on the second position, something that holds us back? Well, that is because you do have the Eight of Swords into the third position. And that card shows that you are limiting yourself. There is a better option available coming your way. So if you do think that, for example, the business with that woman is going to be amazing, just wait to see what comes next, right? Or with the next person that can offer you a business. So what do you got to do then? Deny them? No, you should not deny them. You should stall, because you never know how things are going to develop and how are going to play out. Maybe when you stall and someone else shows up to offer you as well a business proposal, that puts an incentive for a competition, which is going to make that Knight of Swords to make you even a better deal, which is going to be your obvious choice. Okay, so just because that person it is not your current choice, it doesn't mean that they cannot be. But the thing it is that if you do stall by 11th of August, okay, then the right choice for you is going to become a pretty obvious. It's just you can't mistake it for anything else. So if you are baffled, should I stay or go? If you are wondering whom to continue your dating with, because with both people or with the three of them, you are on a stage where you pretty much have to make a more serious commitment, and you cannot make it with the three of them, right? You gotta choose one. But how it play out, it is that as you stall and you choose neither, two of them are going to lose interest. One stays. The more persistent, the more, how can I put it into words, the more serious one, the one that is with genuine intentions to make things worth your while for a very, very long time. and there you go. That is your obvious choice in front of you. So do not make any rush decisions without having the full information and without how can I put it into words, or if you feel that you can, well, yeah, if you feel you can stall it, if you do feel that you can stall it, because definitely better is coming your way, because you do deserve better. Aries as paired than the Eight of Swords at the third card, at the third position. All right, so that concludes the 12 star signs. Now the last free reading is going to be conducted. So anyone who wants a free reading, you can guys now input a question into the comments down below. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to do so, and after 5 minutes I'm going to pick one of your questions. I'm going to perform a professional free reading on that question. Professional free reading meaning that the reading is not just going to be pull of one card, but it's going to be a proper spread that relates to your question. And after that, I'm just going to move to the super chat. Anyone who supports the channel and the stream through super chat, you guys are going to get a reading at the end of it. That's given. And should the super chat be for a $20 or above, the reading is going to be with that spread, 4-card spread, which I just made for the star signs, which, by the way, it is the spread I'm using when you purchase a answer to a question or a general tarot reading from a website. And of course, if you do wish to have your personal session with me on Skype, you can always go to my website, which you're going to find in the description down below, link that is. And when you go to my website, at the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. Well, Charlie, for that question, you probably should seek a numerologist. I'm not a numerologist, so. I can't help you with that question. All right. What are my new person's intentions with me? Bree asks. Let's check it out. You do have a lot in common in a sense of past experiences, like you went through similar things, right, Bree? We can see that here in that elemental dignity. Like, for example, if you had a rough childhood, that new person also had a rough childhood. If you had a rocky career, that person also had a rocky career. It's just something like this connects you. That what can be seen here into those cards. So intentional wise, I can say that that person is not in it for the sex. Okay, they definitely, even if your relationship ends up being completely platonic, they are gonna stick around with it. That is because they have that undescribable, or rather, like, not impossible. Oh my god, what is the word? Unexplainable. So they have that unexplainable sense when they are around you. Their intentions are straight away to love you, whichever way you allow them to. Okay, so what you can be with that person, that is what you choose. The thing it is that, at least at the current stage, can I put it into words? At current stage, things are not going to be that exciting in a sense of passionate. Okay, they're going to be more emotional, more sensitive, more touchy rather than passionate. So if you are expecting, Bree, something very crazy, like constant movement, like, exciting events, that ain't happening. But if you are, for example, expecting calm nights, nice conversations, talks, and so on and so forth, support and respect, that is what you are going to get. Well, Anna, you are right. People do feel insecure. Men also feel insecure. But I remember my brother had that say, okay? Whenever a woman tells him that she expects from him to be a gentleman, he tells her that if you want me to be a gentleman with you, be a goddamn lady, right? Don't be a slut and expecting me to be a gentleman. So my point here, Anna, it is that if the woman or the man, it doesn't matter. There is no gender preference here, expects the other one to be exclusive with them, they better be exclusive with them, if you know what you mean. So, for example, if that woman wants Charlie to be exclusive with her, she needs to be exclusive with him. But what Charlie says, it doesn't look like it. You're welcome, Bree. Oh my God, no, no. Oh my God, guys, I spilled my coffee. Hold on a second. I need to clean up that mess. Jesus. Oh. Wow, what a mess. Oh, because yeah, I mean that's a taco. That's a trend here in my country where uh women expect the guys to be exclusive, but actually the women are going out with a lot of other guys, before they can actually seal a deal. I don't think that that's fair. Yeah, I am okay, Pisces Moonbeam. I just spilled my coffee over the keyboard that costs an arm and a leg. Everything that it is Macintosh costs an arm and a leg. Hopefully it does work. Hopefully. Because if it doesn't, I'm about $200 behind. Okay, it connects. That's a good sign. Let's now try it out. Yeah, it works. Okay. Well, I'm saying the expectations. I'm not saying who does what. We both genders do the same thing, all right? We're all of the same. We're human. Okay, so all right. Going back to the super chat. I'm gonna do the $20 super chat at the end. So if you don't hear your name right away, that is not because I missed you, or rather like because I skipped you, but because you are going to be, or rather like your reading is going to be at the end. I don't understand that, Jessica. I don't know what that means. All right, so first one is me, and then Mattia. I'm going to do the Lenormand first for both of us. Lenormand first, yeah. because we do have just two, and I'm just gonna get over it. All right, first one is mine. I can't see how this is gonna work out, guys, but it apparently, for what these cards are showing, oh my god, no, I'm gonna spend money, or I'm going to receive money from abroad. What is the next one? It's definitely receiving. I'm going to receive money from abroad. I mean, everyone who purchased a reading with me, it's actually receiving money from abroad, so that's not a bumper, all right? But I am going to receive money from abroad. And next one, Mattia. Your first event is literally the same one, and I shuffled. It's literally the same one. You are going to receive money from abroad. It could be inheritance as well. All right, money that you are abroad, like from another country, Sandy. So that could be inheritance or a purchase from another state or from another country. You are about to receive money from abroad. And next one. Your child is going to end up successful. Okay, with whatever your child is doing. I don't know which one of your, because I know that you do have more than one child, but one of your children is gonna end up being quite successful in what they're doing. But I was crazy. Oh my god, it's the same card. So, you know, and although I did a riffle shuffle, which is that thing, and they still ended up the same cards. Well, Sandy, I didn't understood what that thing meant. I mean, abroad or abroad. What is that? I mean, abroad. Oh my god, yeah. Jesus. Yeah, now I get it. Now I get it. What a foul imagination, eh? All right, let me shuffle for the Tarot Super Chats. By the way, Pisces Moonbeam, what was Karen's second question? All right, to your usual question, we do have the Queen of Wands. Oh, she wanted a Lenormand. All right. Well, the Queen of Wands shows that it is definitely possible, okay? But you gotta take the lead. You gotta take the lead. Karen, for you, the Venus in Cancer shows up as the Three of Pentacles. So, Karen, into the next couple weeks and a half, there are going to be a lot of cooperations. I don't know what about, but these cooperations actually are going to help you. You are going to receive support from a from other people, and also you can as well lead some fruitful discussions about how things should be done. So literally it's within these 2.5 weeks you are to be supported through your development. Jessica, we have the 10 of Wands with the 3 of Swords, and it is the 9 of Wands. Those 3 cards for you, Jessica. Jessica, next this Venus into Cancer is going to be a call for arms. You will have to address, I can't say neglected, more of a like skipped maybe. Skipped activities that you didn't really wanted to come to them, but alas it is coming to them, and now you have to deal with literally what is coming to. Will you be able to manage it? Yes, definitely. Also, within the next 2.5 weeks, you can reshift and rearrange, remanage your routine, your schedule, and in generally the way how you are interacting with stuff, so you can make your life a little bit more easier. Your expectation is that many things are going to move around. You're going to have a lot of things to do, very demanding couple of weeks, and they will demand your performance in a way that you are not gonna like it. So literally you will have to get your hands dirty. Liz, your card, it is the Page of Wands. So Liz, for the next 2.5 weeks, you should be open for anything new that it is to come into your life, because the Venus in Cancer will have a lot of new things to offer you, and through these offerings you also are going to realize how strong you are on your own accord. So in other words, if you thought you need help about something, you are about to think again, because you will figure it out on your own into the upcoming 2.5 weeks. But other than that, Liz, you are going to have a great time. Make sure that you do interact with people. Page of Wands, it's a very social card, okay? And interact with people in a way that they don't, how can I put it into words, like encumber you with their emotional dumpster fires. Chandra, your card is going to be the 5 of Wands. It's a great 2.5 weeks. Chandra, the Venus in Cancer gifts you with the ability to prevail no matter what. All right, so whatever rock bottom you are about to hit, you can definitely climb your way upwards. And if people, how can I put it into words, bet against you, wow, I do feel sorry for these people, because it looks like that you're gonna end up getting the upper hand. So your expectations for the next 2.5 weeks are that there is always a salvation. Okay, no matter how worse the situation is, you can always reverse it to become something better. You can literally win the last minute. Okay, the last minute you can find a shortcut and just cross the finish line before everybody else. So do not give up, but also do not, how can I put it into words, do not become overconfident. Overconfidence for the next 2.5 weeks for you, Chandra, is a slow and a very insidious killer. Karen, for you, you wanted a Lenormand. Let me shuffle. We have the Tower with the dog, and it's the House. Someone is gonna take care of you at your home, okay? Someone is gonna take care of you at your home, which actually is gonna be very genuine care. I mean, this person is not gonna be there only for the money if that person is paid, but they will really gonna seek that you are feeling comfortable and you are well attended to, so to speak. So, and your isolation is not gonna feel like an isolation at all. And I'm saying taking care of you because I know that you need that, but it could be just, you know, a friend. Oh my God, you said that there is that JC coming your way. I think that if these cards refer to JC, you are gonna have a really good time with that person. But if you have a how can I put it into words? A healthcare individual assigned to you to help you with your rehabilitation, it's gonna be a really nice person who will really care for you. All right, and now moving to the $20 super chat, which you guys are gonna get the 4-card spread. Actually, the 4-card spread are going to get people that don't have inquiries. Others, the reading is going to be according to the inquiry. Like Ella, is Claudio cheating on me? Tracy, thank you so much for your $4.99. Thank you, Tracy. Do you wish a tarot draw or a Lenormand draw? He haven't, but he is about to. He may not though. So this is the deal, right? Your Claudio most likely kind of like started talking with someone that it is either someone your Claudio knew from a very long time, or it's someone who it's reminding him of someone your Claudio knew from a very, very long time. And they are getting very close, okay? So, had he cheated on you yet? I don't think so. Those are the cards. Ella? Those are the cards. And he hasn't because of these two. Okay, it's just the hangman, it's stopping him. Okay, for now. But the other person which came was the Queen of Pentacles. It puts a little bit of a stir. So if you can't do much about it, okay, you can't do much about it. You just have to trust your Claudio. Is he going to cave into that temptation? I don't know, to be honest. I guess that this is a testament to how faithful he is. But what you can do to stop that is pretty much to display that how can I put it into words? To display that you are there to stay, while the other person can go away after, say, one night stand, for example. But yeah, I mean, he has that affinity around him. He haven't yet, though, at least according to these cards. But the temptation is there, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry. I just wanted to twist it in a way to tell you no, but I can't. Just immediately when I turned those cards, I knew that he has that incentive. It's there, okay? It's something is tempting him to do it. He haven't done it yet, though. All right, Danny, let's check into your transit. First one, that is going to be the Three of Cups. 1 second here. Three of Cups, followed by the King of Cups. Moving on next, we do have the Seven of Cups. And the final one, that is going to be the World. The catalyst to the King of Cups, it is the Page of Cups. Those two cards. Let me guys make myself another coffee, because I literally drown myself with this one, and I'm gonna get back to it. But Danny, that will be very, very emotional transit for you. All right, very emotional transit, and though these emotions are going to be pretty much provoked by that individual, which isn't a good thing. So that individual itself is gonna has some kind of an offer, or I would say promise that they are gonna give you, which is gonna sound like everything you have ever wanted, but in the same time is gonna feel off a little bit. And that feeling off, it is the right feeling, because that person, what they are offering, they cannot live up to it. They're hoping that things are going to change and they will be able to live up to it, but as things stands right now, they cannot live up to it. So do not allow yourself to be beguiled by that person. What happens if you do allow that, right? If you are beguiled from that person, well, you ain't gonna lose much. What I mean is that you are gonna end up disappointed, and just your impression of that person is gonna turn on 180 degrees, but you ain't gonna lose anything, just wasting a little bit of a time, and you get to bounce back and just move on with your life. But the thing is that everybody knows that what that person is going to be promising you, it's a fairy tale. It's a celluloid statement. And we can see that with the Three of Cups. So go by with the opinion of others, because you do see the world in the same way. And by the way, the Three of Cups shows that into your mundane stuff, what I mean, your hobbies, projects, etc., you can expect immediate results. And by the end of this transit, which is 11th of August 2022, what it is. So whatever you are able to establish for yourself, whether a relationship or whether a business, is going to be there to stay unless you do decide to ruin it. Okay, nobody else will be able to ruin it for you. So make sure that you do not slack in the next 2.5 weeks, and work really hard to establish things, because they are going to be yours and they are to stay. You're going to use it all week. I love that word. I love that word. It means, well, I know what it means, but it means being solicit to do. being solicited to do against thy will. Like if you are ignorant about something, you don't know it, and you are beguiled to say yes without knowing what consequences this is gonna if you are beguiled to say yes, that is because you don't know what consequences this is gonna bring. Well, it's a little bit of a kind of like awkward word, but I love it. Oh, let me make myself a coffee. Next one, that is gonna be TPAI 8000. What is happening between Keith and I? Nancy, thank you so much for your 10 US dollars. You want a Lenormand draw? Thank you, Nancy. Make sure that you do stick around a little bit longer, and I'm gonna make you your draw. Thank you, Taco. Tell me whom you are donating that reading to. Thank you for your 11 US dollars. All right, let me pick one. I believe Charlie does deserve one. Charlie Pagan or Charlie Pagan. Charlie, it's your lucky day, mate. So stick around, and you're gonna get your reading. But for now, TPAI 8000. What is happening between Keith and I? Well, I don't know if you are together or what kind of a game you're playing, because what kind of a state of relationship you are at right now, it's it makes a difference, because cards read differently depending on the stage you are in over progression. Those are the cards, but without a doubt there is a strong pull, right? It's like a very it's kind of like either Keith sees you or Keith, I believe, sees you as a challenge, or you sees Keith as a challenge. You both sees each other as a challenge, and should you conquer, because it's definitely that's literally how it stands. Should you conquer, you will feel, not you, but also kids gonna feel proud of the challenge being basically fulfilled, like the conquest being done. I believe, or rather, like, I think you are asking in terms of a relationship. Okay, what is going on there? What is happening? Passion, a lot of sexual drive. We can see that from these two cards. Because people say, you know, the devil, it's sex. Yeah, if that's what the devil, it's your yearning, right? If you yearn for sex, yeah, the devil is sex. But the real sexual card, Six of Wands here, and especially having it with the King of Wands, this is an ambition to having sex, all right? It is like a crown jewel, like Keith sleeping with you. It's a crown jewel. That is like a goal, like an ambition. What comes out of it? Well, that depends how you are gonna make your negotiations. Make sure that if Keith sleeps with you, he definitely pays the bill for it, in a sense of commitment and in a sense of promises. But for now, at least, you definitely don't see an eye to eye in a sense of, you know, what relationship is and what an interaction is. And definitely there aren't any feelings, or rather, like, there aren't any emotions. Because feelings and emotions, these are two different things. You can love someone, but they may make you feel bad, all right? So love is emotion, feeling is something different. So definitely there are no emotions yet, but there are feelings, and the feeling is passion, okay? So that is what is going on in between you and Keith. So if you want to sleep with Keith, by all means, you can definitely do it. All that you got to do is just ask, and you can sleep with Keith. Should this relationship has a business incentive, okay? You can definitely make a lot of money together, right? Here, very successful business, for as long as you do not mix the business with the pleasure. All right, next one, JT. Yeah, it is because you do not see eye to eye, right? That's why. Because, like I said, what your incentive and what your impression of how things should work out, it's not his impression of how things should work out. Okay, so yeah, neither you are. You can improve it here. We can see how you can improve it through the cards, and that is if you go out on a bar or on a disco. That is a certain way you can call and say, "Hey, do you wanna go out?" It's not a date. You can beguile him in that way. All right, it's not a date. Let's just go out and have fun. Right? I can guarantee you that is gonna end up with you sleeping together. Having these cards. All right, JT, Page of Swords with, hold on a second here. With, oh my God, the Ten of Swords. Moving on next, that's the Fool. And the final one, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Pretty clear message for you, JT, that you shouldn't give up. We do have the Ten of Swords at the second position, and that is the conscious choice to just give it up, right? That is the conscious choice to say, screw it, I'm done with it, all right? I'm through to you, and so to speak, which is going to be the wrong move here. I don't know what you are going through right now, but as the Page of Swords stands as environment, couple of things, it is what this card shows. First, that whatever idea you do have, very unique, very genuine, it's a diamond, so to speak, that nobody understands yet. But that is the key word, yet. The second thing, what the Page of Swords says, it is that within the next couple weeks and a half, up until the 11th of August 2022, a very unexpected help is going to come your way. So literally, you are going to end up from having no support whatsoever, or a very little one, to having the support, the how can I put it into words, the rocket fuel that everybody needs to propel thyself forward. And this actually is going to give you the means for you to initiate having the flow into the third position. It pretty much speaks that you can start it. You can start it out, whatever you are planning to start, traveling, relationship, business, whatever it is, all right? And at the end, what happens, or not at the end, but what comes out of it as a conclusion of this Venus into Cancer, it is that you still will have a lot of work to do. That is literally how it stands. With that Queen of Pentacles, it means that you are gonna develop potential, but by a large margin, this isn't gonna be the full potential, all right? So I hope you know what you are throwing yourself into, because I do believe that it is a way bigger bite than you're anticipating. I'm not saying that it is a bigger that you can than you can chew up and swallow down, but it's definitely bigger one than you are anticipating. Anna, let's check out yours. Four of Pentacles with the Lovers. Moving on next, that is going to be the Hermit. And the final one for you, Anna, Seven of Cups. So Anna, next couple of weeks and a half, you are gonna go through the hard part of it, so to speak. Having the Lovers into the second position, it pretty much speaks how disharmonious you are gonna be with what is going on around you. However, what is going on around you establishes your future, all right? So that is literally, it describes the hard and unpleasant part of thy enterprise, or of your enterprise. For example, if you are opening your business just now, all the shenanigans and the chores and these kind of like the tricks of the trade that nobody likes to do, well, you are going to do them within the next 2.5 weeks. But that is, like I said, going to establish your certain and secure future. So what is important into the next 2.5 weeks? It is to focus on what is important to you, right? What is substantial to you? The hell with what everybody else thinks. That is because the Hermit into the third position, right? Having this card there means that you have to withdraw from the ideas of the world and the others. What matters is your idea. What matters, it is what makes you feel secure. It is what is important to you. And by the love of God, address all of your situations with intelligence and wisdom rather than approaching them emotionally. Approaching them emotionally, it is the worst thing that you can do. That is going to ruin the things you built. Basically, that's how it stands. And as a result of all that, should you move, can I put it into words? Should you do the right things into the next 2.5 weeks, at the end, you are going to see that actually your hopes or rather like your dreams are not that ridiculous as you may thought they are. In fact, what you are hoping to accomplish, it's tangible. It's very, very accomplishable. That is literally how it stands here. But by the love of God, Anna, once again, don't sway your opinion just because someone else thinks different, and focus on what is important to you and your family rather than, you know, what anyone else wants you to focus on. Next one, Pisces Moonbeam with the question, now that his dad is very sick, how will that affect he and I? Let's check it out. In a good way. Oh my God. Oh, in a very good way. It's gonna affect you in a better way than you think is going to affect you. Oh, jeez. I do apologize, guys. Oh my God. All right, next one, Taco. Oh, thank you, Anna. I have some kind of an allergy, and I don't know what that allergy is from. I'm sneezing everywhere I go. I thought it's something in my house, but it isn't. I'm just sneezing everywhere I go. Well, didn't you told him that like, I don't know, 1,000,001 times already? I mean, that is, you are saying that to him every other day. Taco, Knight of Cups, with the other card of the Nine of Pentacles. Moving on, next we do have the Three of Wands, and the final card that is gonna be just this. All right, Taco, I believe, mate, that you do have a final 2.5 weeks to mess around, okay? These are 2.5 weeks where you can just enjoy yourself, do things that makes you happy. We can see that's... you can see that from these two cards. Like in one of the readings for the star signs, I said that having the Nine of Pentacles into the second position, it means that nothing you do will have such a big influence to impact your life, either to make it in ups or either to make it in downs. So just enjoy yourself, because once you approach the end of this transit here, having the Justice, the responsibilities are gonna start piling up for you, Taco. And luckily for you, it seems that you already had established a good routine, a good pattern. You already have the foundations to manage the responsibilities. I don't know if these are going to be working responsibilities or marriage responsibilities, but there are going to be a lot of responsibilities. With the Three of Pentacles, with the Three of Wands, you will have to kind of like give one idea extra from yourself. So take it like it's going to be the next level of responsibilities, but you're going to manage very, very well. So enjoy your good time while it lasts, because afterwards you are gonna be swirled in a sweever of activities that you don't get to choose should you take a part or not. They're yours to be a part of, so to speak. So make yourself happy, mate, in the next 2.5 weeks. That's literally the message. All right, Tracy, and then we do have Charlie, and finally it's gonna be Nancy with Lenormand. Oh, Pisces Moonbeam, but he will want you there. You just wait and see, okay? Tracy, your card, Ace of Swords. Within the next 2.5 weeks, Tracy, a few things. First, some truths are going to emerge on the surface. Okay, that's one. Second, there are going to be a lot of open and honest conversations in between you and important people. Like, for example, if you want a salary increase, there are going to be negotiations, honest and open conversations. If you do want to renegotiate your, I don't know, your rent, if you are under rate, and so on and so forth. But above everything else, Tracy, the next 2.5 weeks are going to give you everything you need in order to place an accurate diagnosis where you are in your life and what you gotta do from there on moving forward. Charlie, your card is the World Mate with the Nine of Swords. These two cards. Give me a second here. Next 2.5 weeks, Charlie, you understand that it is what it is. It all comes to that. Can you accept it? So we both know what we're talking about here, mates. I think it's time for you to move on. You have your answer. I think it's time for you to move on. And now Nancy with the Lenormand one. Well, Nancy, those cards are showing long-lasting, life-lasting love that you will have to make a choice about. Do you have two people to choose from, Nancy? Or maybe it's gonna be, should I do it or not? But definitely there will be a choice regarding a long-lasting love. And then the next one is gonna be this one. So we do have a woman that is gonna betray you for a small thing. Okay, this is a cheap person that is gonna burn you over a very, very small thing. Well, you do have, all right. Unfortunately, I cannot help you with just only Lenormand to tell you which one is better to choose, all right? But whomever you choose, you are stuck with this one, okay? So you gotta carry them on for life. So it's a pretty fateful choice if you ask me. So choose carefully, okay? And that's gonna do it, guys. With tonight's live stream. Thank you so much for watching. The next one is planned to be for Friday. Hopefully, I'm not gonna have kind of like I'm on a holiday at that time, but I think that I'm gonna be able to manage it, right? So with that said, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you as well so much for your generosity. And you got to remember something, okay? I get to do what I get to work what I love, and I am genuinely happy for no other reason than you. It is because you exist and because you support me. And I thank you for it. With that said, we're going to see each other another time. And until then, bye.